Hello, Daily Drafters. Today is Friday, December 24th, and thanks for joining me for today's special edition Christmas Eve Daily Draft. We're going to do things a little bit differently here today on the channel. So usually we just go for the best deck we can find, obviously, but today, because it's Christmas Eve, in the spirit of the holidays, we're going to do a bit of a stipulation draft. So what that means is I'm placing a stipulation on myself to only take certain cards or placing a certain stipulation. Sometimes in like vintage cube draft, it's like you can't take any creatures, or whenever you see power 9, you're not allowed to take it, or things like that. Today, in the spirit of Christmas, we are going to be hard forcing red and green. So, of course, as I say that, this first pack is pretty crappy. So we're going to take Hook Hand Mariner. I'm also doing this one on my alternate account in the event that things don't go as planned. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and force red and green hard today. We're going to pass Voice of the Blessed. We're going to pass Quartermaster, pass Minister, all cards that are better than Mariner. And we're just going to force red and green. Alright, well here's a pretty good red and or green card for us. Kessig Wolf Rider goes really well in the Wolf deck. Really goes well in any deck, honestly. I mean, I've been pretty impressed with this card, no matter which deck it goes in. So, maybe we can wheel Lacerate Flesh. I don't know, there's also Snarling Wolf and a Ceremonial Knife. But that's all we can take. So we'll take red and green here. Okay, so we do have a Taxidermist. Yeah, I think that's the best card. It's not a wolf necessarily, but it ramps out. And if we can find some Flourishing Hunters and things like that, we can help us get there sooner. Not really much else out of this pack that I'm interested in. Bramble Armor, Rural Recruit, Bow's Heirloom. We won't be splashing, so unless we get hard cut out of red-green, then we might have to splash. But the goal is that we won't have to splash today, so let's take the green card. So hopefully this goes well enough, but there is a chance this just completely crashes and burns. But you know what? It's Christmas Eve, and we're just going to have a little fun here. Okay. So we have Alchemist Gambit, not really what we're looking for. I do like Flame Breather, and I know we have nothing but creatures so far, but hopefully we can pick, if we cut it hard enough, hopefully we can pick up Bolts and Abrades and things like that as well. So we'll take our first Flame Breather here and see where that goes. Alright, so we've got Lacerate Flesh and Weaver of Blossoms, I think is what we're going between. We did get a Flame Breather, but more traditionally, red-green is a bit of a werewolves deck, wolves and werewolves. So I don't think I'm going to take the first Lacerate Flesh over a decent red or green werewolf here. So we'll take Weaver of Blossoms. So we managed to get at least one rare in our color so far, which is maybe one more than I thought we might end up with, but that's alright. Gotta get in that Christmas spirit, you know? Okay, so I think we take Sporeback Wolf here. None of these cards are going to be great in our deck. Maybe we could play as Pyre Spawn if we end up a little short on playables, but we'll take the Wolf. And again, we hope we see cards like Wolf Strike and Flame Blessed Bolt and Abrade and Runebound Wolf and Wolf Pup, whatever that card is. Those are the kind of cards we're looking for in this archetype. So far, we've seen none of them. But maybe we'll pick up one or two by the end. Pack Song Pup. There you go. There's the name of the card. Couldn't think of it off the top of my head. Alright, Vampire's Vengeance, Belligerent Gas, Sporeback Wolf. We'll take the 2-drop Wolf. Don't see why not. Worst case, if we don't end up with any of that removal, we could just play red-green creatures and just... The only problem with that is if we play that, then we're probably going to stall out the board because we can't remove theirs. And then red-green doesn't have any flyers, so we might just like die to blue-white. Anger seems pretty good. This is a way that we could push some damage if we find Flourishing Hunters or things like that. So we'll take our first Anger, and maybe we could put together a little Flame Breather Anger package if we get more of them. And we didn't get any green or red back. Okay, well, we'll just put that right into the sideboard then. So like I mentioned, sometimes these go perfectly because green-red is wide open at your seat. Sometimes these stipulation drafts go horribly because red-green is not open in your seat and it gets cut hard, but we're 8 cards deep here and we're not moving off of it. So, okay, here's some red-green cards we could play. I think I'll take my first Lacerate Flesh over like a Combatants. I'm not super interested in that card necessarily, and definitely not Bramble Armor. At least it's our first removal spell that we could consider playing, so we'll take it. Suppose I'll take the Recruit here, but it's not really a card I want to play too much. So I'll throw it straight in the sideboard here. It's also, this might get my vote for the most difficult card to say in recent formats. Rural Recruit. Yeah, you know. Alright, Crushing Canopy, Bloody Betrayal. I'll take Crushing Canopy. If we don't end up with the removal, it might be a main deckable card. And last pick red card. Okay, at least there's that. Alright, well, we've got a good rare here, but again, putting on the blinders can't take it. Jeez, there's a lot of good black in this pack. Bloodcaster, Grasp, Scavenger, even Grizzly Ritual's fine. But we see a Bolt here, so we're going to take it. Wouldn't mind wheeling either of these two cards. Don't really want to play the Millipede, unless we end up with an enormous creature count. But right now we're going to take Bolt for sure. Okay, so we see another Flame Breather. We see Wolf, Massive Might. And I don't think this is for us. So we're looking to be mainly creatures right now, but not a ton of big ones is the thing. So Massive Might isn't looking to be super great. We also don't have a ton of non-creatures, so Flame Breather isn't looking to be super great. We could take another boring Sporeback Wolf, but that's also not super great. So what has the highest upside? I think Flame Breather has... Well, Flame Breather or Massive Might have the highest upside. But if we end up in a deck that wants Flame Breather, we're going to want like 4 or 5 of them. If we end up in a deck that wants Massive Might, maybe 2. And we don't even have the pieces for this yet. So if we take this, we can kind of draft around it if we need to. Because see, here's another one. There's a Wolf Strike, though. That's really close. I think I want to take the Flame Breather. So, like I mentioned, green-red it wants to be more of a wolf or werewolf kind of deck. But we're just not seeing the wolf and or werewolf payoffs. Right now we have Sporeback Wolf, we have Wolf Rider, Weaver, Hookhand, but none of these care about wolves. They're just creatures that exist on the board. Wolf Strike is obviously really good, but we can lean into a little bit of a... Oh my gosh. Okay, so like a red-green spells kind of package here. So speaking of red-green, there's a lot. I don't think this is really where we're trying to go. I don't think that's the direction of this deck here. There is a Hungry Ridge Wolf, which we can, like, that is the first card we would get that would care about wolves or werewolves. And we do have 4 so far, which is fine. There's a Witch's Web, but I'd prefer Massive Might. And the other card's not really for us. So we'll take the 2-drop Wolf here and go from there. And then we get a late Abrade, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and take the Abrade for sure. And a late Bolt. So maybe red is open. And a Wolf Strike. Why do they have to be in the same pack? But we're definitely going to take Bolt here. Okay, so none of these are really what we want to do. I think we'll take Epic here, but even this kind of deck is not really looking to play an Epic here too much. Unless we get something like Spiked Ripsaw. But yeah, this kind of deck, it just exists as a 1-mana 1/1 that pings them for 1 and makes a blood token, which is what it says on here. But when you take this card, you need a couple extra external synergies with it to really maximize the card. I think it's a decent card when you use the external synergies, but if you don't, it's just a little small potatoes. So, okay. 3-mana 3/3. That's fine. 5-mana 3/3 flash if you want it to be. We'll go ahead and take it. It is a werewolf, so at least there's that. So right now we have 5 instants of sorceries for our Flame Breathers. Could include maybe one other one if we wanted to. Okay, so we got the Reckless Impulse back. I do like having a copy of this in red-green decks. Wouldn't mind a Sharpshooter necessarily. Would kind of protect us against flying, but I do really like Reckless Impulse. Yeah, I think I want to lean on the side of Flame Breathers plus removal, plus maybe a couple creatures to help us get in. And then that could be a little bit of a package that could work for us. Okay, so we got Wolf and Massive Might. Both of them came back. We don't have great creatures for Massive Might right now is the problem. So I think I'm just going to shore up another 2-drop. Yeah, if we had some bigger creatures like Flourishing Hunter or 2, or even the 5/4 Werewolf. Wow, Wolf Strike came back. Okay, yeah, great. I guess we'll take Lightning Wolf. We could consider playing that card. It's not the worst thing in the world. And do we get the next Wolf Strike back? I think this next pack had a Wolf Strike in it too. Yeah, we didn't get it back. Okay. Alright, so we've got 7 instants and sorceries with 13 creatures. 8 wolf and werewolves. So we're kind of set up for any kind of red-green deck we want to go down, and we can almost just kind of split the difference. Have a wolf package, have a spells package, and be good. Alright, so our options are Weaver of Blossoms, Hungry Ridge Wolf, Celebrants, or Stensia Uprising. So I've actually been pretty impressed with this card. At the end of the day, all it does is create a human at the end of your end step, and it has the upside. If you draw it early enough, it turns into a removal spell after creating maybe 4 or 5 humans. So I'm definitely going to take it here, because the other cards are kind of a bit underwhelming. I think we'll take another Taxidermist. Good thing is we can go Taxidermist into Stensia Uprising on turn 3. Or even a Hokan Mariner on turn 3. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take another Taxidermist here. Bit underwhelmed here. I think I'll take my first copy of Snarling Wolf. Don't care about Into the Night. We already have a Crushing Canopy, maybe Sure Strike. But yeah, I'll take my first copy of Snarling Wolf. Oh my goodness, all of the red and the green. Dominating Vampire. 3-mana 3/3. Gain control. You basically active treason something when it enters the battlefield. Seems pretty good. So does Voltaic Visionary. So does Flame Breather. Maybe well, there's only 3 cards in this pack that we wouldn't play. So we're just going to take the rare here, and I think it's good enough to main deck. I would love to get the Flame Breather back, but don't know if we will. So let's just take the rare. I think it has good enough upside in a deck like this that it's fine to take. So we've got another Anger, a Disciple, and a Pyre Spawn. We do have 9 humans. How many 3-drop humans? 1, 2... Not a lot. Where are all of our humans? I guess they're the werewolves. take a second Anger. Again, we have a ton of 2-drops already, so I think we're fine to pass up on Disciple here. But we'll take Anger. None of these are really going to make our deck here, so we'll just we'll take the creature, but I'm not looking to play that one. So I don't think we quite got there on the optimal red-green deck. But I don't think we crashed and burned either. We got, you know, I'm going to say we got somewhere. Was it where we wanted to end up? Maybe less so, but we got somewhere. Celebrants, Pyre Spawn. I guess I'll take Celebrants. I don't know, it's an objectively good card, I suppose. We are at 27 playables. We'll have to be an interesting balance during cuts here to figure out what direction we want to go with this deck. Don't think we need to play another Lightning Wolf, but who knows? We'll see. Surge Strike seems fine. Don't know if I'll play it, but we'll keep it in there for now. I guess a Witch's Web because we didn't end up with a Massive Might. Don't think we need to run Pyre Spawn. And last pick, Blooded Betrayal, sure. Alright, so here we've got, let's take a look at our creatures versus non-creatures and see how much we want this Flame Breather package. So we've got a ton of non-creatures. The ones that I'm probably looking to be on the chopping block are these 4. I'd like to keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at a very minimum. We need to cut 7 cards here. I think we're going to cut a Lightning Wolf, but I like all of these. I don't think we want the double Anger package. I don't think we got there on that. Don't think we need Sure Strike. And then Lacerate Flesh would be the last piece, but wouldn't mind keeping that either. So if we got rid of 3 more creatures, we'd be at 16. I'm actually going to go 16 lands with this deck now that I look at it. So we need 1 more cut here. We have a lot of 2s. We have 7 non-creatures, which is a decent amount for 3 Flame Breathers. So I want to keep all those. And we can probably just cut a random 2-drop here. This one's better than this, and then we can run 16 lands with this, I think. Yeah. My alt account here has the nice and pretty lands, so we're going to go ahead and run 16 of the Unglued or Unstable. I forget which lands these are, but they're nice. So, yep, here's where we ended up with our red-green stipulation draft. Kind of halfway between wolves and halfway between spells. If you don't mind, go ahead and support the channel by subscribing. These drafts aren't necessarily free, and doing these stipulations could go wrong, so having the support of each of you to do more content like this, I think would be a lot of fun. If you like this stipulation kind of style thing, let me know, and we can see if we can incorporate this going forward into the new year. Maybe we can do that kind of after the format has settled when we're starting to have a little bit of fun. But I'd love to have you here for that. So we will go ahead and keep this hand here. We got 2-drop, 3-drop if we need it. So seems fine to me. And there's Uprising to 2, 3, 4 if we draw another mountain. Okay, that's fine. And there's the mountain, so that's good. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can have quite the curve out here. Okay. Sure. There's a chance we could just get up to 13 and burn them out with Uprising. Next turn we're going to have 7 permanents in. 6, 7. So, yeah, you never know. So that can't block, so we're just going to keep going aggro here. Let's go with Uprising. And get on in. And make a 1/1. Okay, so that stonewalls us here a little bit. And a Braid doesn't work on the Celebrants. So we can play our own Celebrants. So exactly 13 permanents. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with the 2 blood tokens we're going to get from this. And then 13 with the human. No, 13 after we make the human. Is there a way we can set up killing the Celebrants next turn? So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we draw a land, we can set up having exactly 13. But I think I want to get Celebrants down. We can also get rid of one of the Bloods to try to assure having 13 here. Ooh. Oh, it's after the human. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. I could also just deal 7 to their face. They go to 4. Seems pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? There we go. Now we can abrade a smaller creature. They only have 1 blocker. We have 6 attackers if you include Menace on the Celebrants. I thought this triggered... Let's see. At the beginning, create a human. Then if you control. Okay, maybe you should just read the card better. That's what I'll do. Whoa. Okay. So do we have it here? So this has Menace and yeah, we've got it. It'll be fine. As long as it doesn't have lifelink. Yeah, they don't have lifelink. Cool. Well, I guess that worked. Thought we were going to lose to Olivia there, but we managed to get off to a strong enough of a start that we pulled it out. Okay, here we are in round 2. Looks like a pretty easy keep to me. We'll hold up Bolt for their 2-drop. Maybe they play something like a Drogskull Infantry. And there we go. I think that might be the second time this format I've called that, but nice, drew the land. We'll play Ridge Wolf. It's a better attacker here next turn if we play Sporeback Wolf or something like that. Griff Rider, okay. I think I'm fine trading, and I want to get Taxidermist down so we can go Mariner next turn. So it's not a wolf or werewolf. So we'll offer the trade. They probably won't take it. And then we'll just make sure we can cast Mariner next turn, or if we draw a land, we can catch Wolf plus Wolf Strike, or something like that. Pretty good. They hit us for 7 now. Okay, so we did not draw a land. We might need a Wolf Strike down the Rider here. Good thing is we can do that while still playing Snarling Wolf. So let's play Wolf, and then we'll Wolf Strike here and here. Just to make sure we don't die to flyers here. Speak of the devil, there's another one. Okay, so we have access to 5 mana. I think we just need to play our Hookhand Mariner. I think I'm fine trading Taxidermist for the Rider at this point. And we're not going to block with it. So let's just attack. And then we'll play Mariner. Okay, that kind of stonewalls us. Now we gotta hope we can find another bolt or an abrade for this flyer here. That is not it, unfortunately. Yeah, we just kind of have to dump our hand here. So... okay. Decent draw for them. We're just on find removal. That's all we can really do. Okay. If we can find the removal, I think we're in a pretty good spot as long as they don't play more flyers. No, that's not it either. I mean, we can attack with everything. They would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then we would just die on the backswing, I think. Or would we? So they could eat this, and then eat this, and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go to 3? But then we would be left with... Another thing we could do is we could play Sporeback Wolf. At least we have a blocker for something that they play. And we could attack. Basically, we'd be throwing away a Ridge Wolf and trading a Ridge Wolf for 3 damage. Or 4 damage with the Flame Breather, I guess. Going to 6. I think we might have to, because again, if they play something, we're just going to die to this Ridge Wolf. I don't know, I want to get a little aggro here. So let's, we're not going to attack with the Taxidermist. Because we're going to use the Taxidermist to pump the Wolf, and then play Wolf on the backside with the rest of the mana here. So let's get in. They're going to eat a Ridge Wolf, and then they might bounce it, or they might trade. We'll have to see what they do. So if they bounce, they have to take 6. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So there's that, and we play another creature. Now let's see what they have. Okay, so they had a Heron Blessed Geist, which doesn't mean good news for us. If they attack, we're dead next turn, but we might be able to kill them with removal. There we go, there we go. Okay, so let's see here. If we use a Braid on, let's say, Griff Rider, and then get in, they have 4 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. They would have to take 1, 2. Okay, so I think I know they can use this to get 1/1s next turn, but let's see. So if we abrade this, and then we attack with everything, they eat our Ridge Wolf, and then everything else has to block something. This could eat this. I'm going to abrade this, because I don't want them to get back 2 1/1s next turn. If we get in with everything, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers against 4 blockers, but they could just take this one and this one, go to exactly 1. Oh, this is tough. But then do we die on the backswing? Because they could bounce something. They could like bounce this, eat something, eat something, eat something, and then we die on the backswing. So yeah, I don't think we can, unfortunately. We can make a 3-2. So there's that. If they hit a land, we might be in decent spot here. It's not quite a land, but could be worse, I suppose. Okay, well, no land into another creature here. So now if they attack with Geist, we dead next turn, so we have to kind of draw out of it. I think we have another Flame Blast Bolt in the deck. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Make a 3-2 and top deck a land here. So we're not dead on the backswing. But right now they have 5 blockers. They would again take 1, 2, and then block everything else. So I don't think we can attack. They can train here to make us take 6. So a non-creature spell would have been lethal here. But as it sits, it's not, because this has Menace, but they can just take the 1, and then they would take 1 here. And then we have 5 other attackers, and they have 5 blockers. This is going to flip, unfortunately. But we can just chump it. Because it has to attack now. We can chump it with the 1-1. Or we could just take 6 if they don't attack with anything else. Okay, sure. Yeah, they just have to attack with this one. Okay, so now we do have to chump this. They're just dead if they do this. They can't do that. Okay, resolves. Am I missing something? Does it have trample? No? Pass to blockers. We'll just chump that. And then take 6? Yeah. Okay, that was awkward. Am I missing something? No, guess not. They just kind of threw the game away. Sure. Fine by me. Probably should have played that land to ensure that our Snarling Wolf could get pumped, but it didn't really matter. It was lethal on board. So. Alright. On to the next one. Okay, so we're on the draw. 1 drop, 2 drop. Pretty good. 3 drop, and then we can, like, kind of go from there. Don't like being on the draw, but can't win them all. Third land would be great because it would open up basically our whole hand here. There's the third land. So let's get in here. I'm going to play a 3-2 trample. Okay, so they drew out of it. And a belligerent guest. Okay. Gonna hold back the Snarling Wolf, because if we attack and they block, we have to use our whole turn to pump it, and I don't want to do that. So let's just play attack with the Ridge Wolf. They can get a blood token by hitting us if they want. I don't really care, because we're curving out too quickly for them to be able to attack and not take like lethal damage on the backswing. So we have access to 5 mana next turn if we want to use Weaver. We can do Ridge Wolf plus Wolf Strike. Get a blocker out of the way. We'll see what they play. Okay. So I think we will do that. Yeah, so let's play Ridge Wolf. And then we're going to Wolf Strike here and here. And get on in there. We can threaten a trade here, but again, if they attack, I don't think we care, because next turn we could play Dominating Vampire and hit them with whatever they play, and then they're probably going to be at like 2 health. Oh, that's a little awkward, but it's alright. At least these have trample. Okay, so I think we just play the Dominating Vampire, put a 3/3 down, and hit them with our own guest. There's not much else we can do. Oh, I'm dumb. Guess we can only take the specimen. Again, read the cards. Less than or equal to the number of vampires you control. Okay, well at least you can take a specimen. Sure. And we'll just hit them with everything here. I think we have a we have a Celebrants in this deck as well. That might be the only other vampire we have. So we'll hit them for 7 here. They get their 1/1 back. And we're out of gas, so hopefully they don't play something too big here. And it's not too big. No more plays? Okay, so they could have removal. Another land. We're just gonna hit in. Okay, so we trample over for 1. So they go to 1. Okay. Hopefully we draw a wolf next turn to make our wolf back into a 3/2 trample. We do have 2 lethal threats, so they have to put down basically 2 creatures. The skeleton doesn't work because it comes in tapped. So their last 2 cards have to be 2 creatures. Or rummage their way to 1 to 2 double creature. Okay, that won't work. No creature. Okay, there we go. Let's play Uprising. And I guess we'll hit a land, why not? That should do it. Red-green is fun sometimes. You just kind of play your creatures, turn them sideways, and hope it works. It's worked so far here today. Doesn't require a lot of thinking to play these kind of red-green decks. Like I said, you just kind of put your creature down, turn it sideways, and see what they do about it. so far, our opponents have not done much about it. So it's worked out in our favor. Alright, we're up first here. Seems fine. We do have another vampire. So if we don't want to play a 3-mana 3/3, we can wait and steal a 2-drop. I'd rather draw a 2 or 3-drop next turn. That's fine, I'll do that. Then we can ramp up to Celebrants next turn. Hopefully they don't remove it, question mark? Yeah, they will. Darn. Okay. That's alright. I mean, we had to play something, so... Now play an X2. Okay. Play Flame Breather here. They don't have the removal for that. Again, play an X2, please. No. That's the opposite of an X2. Alright, well we're gonna play Celebrants here. No attacks, and they have a 5/3 flyer. That card goes from very bad to insanely good. Like if we had a Braid, that would have worked out really, really well, but now they have a 5/3 flyer. So we can steal a 2-drop. As long as the Celebrant survives. That's a 2-drop. We can actually kill their invader if we steal it. Because we can take it, it gains haste, and then we use it to kill their invader. Yes please. Please don't kill our Celebrants. Please don't kill her. That'd be a 3-for-1. That would be insane. Oh, the value. I guess they could kill our Dominating Vampire in response, and then it would fizzle because we only have one vampire when the ability resolves. Okay. We're gonna take this. It gains haste, and then we're just gonna kill their creature with it. That was fun. Sure, and then we'll attack. I think I'm gonna keep the land, but play the Ridge Wolf here. Man, what a turn of events that was. So we played a 3-mana, kill both of their creatures, and 3-mana 3/3, destroy 2 creatures, is basically what that was. That's insane. Okay, Rending Flame, that's fair. And Bloodseeker, alright. Yeah, I'll play Wolf, that makes this better here. Can also see if we find anything better from this mountain first. No. Okay, we'll play Wolf. Makes that better, and we'll get him with all of them, and we can actually bolt their Bloodseeker if they try to bounce our Flame Breather here, which I think we will do. Okay, good. Then we can get rid of the forest. And Wolf Strike. Okay, that could be good next turn. What does this flip into? A 3/3 that can drain, okay. Okay, so we don't want to pump this because next turn it's just going to die. Because it'll go back to having -2/2 after we pump it. Okay, that's a pretty good draw for them. Because now we don't have another wolf for the Ridge Wolf. But we can wolf strike down their scavenger, so at least there's that. And then we can abrade the other one. Yeah, let's do that. So we will wolf strike here. And then we will abrade here. And we will get in for 6. Okay, so any other non-creature next turn is lethal if we keep around Flame Breather. That's fine, and that's also fine. Alright, so let's kill the Visionary. Just like they drew it up. Yeah, that was one of the craziest plays I think I've made in this format. Stealing their Harvester to kill their own creature, and then be left with a 3/3 behind it. That was, I was almost thinking about cutting the Vampire from our deck after that last game, because it's basically just a hard to cast 3-mana 3/3. But they won us that game completely. Okay, so we have Taxidermist at the very least, which can open up the rest of our hand, and we'll likely draw a red here at some point. Let's hope they don't go Mountain. Okay, so at least there's that. So our Taxidermist likely will survive. They start with Forest, but let's see what they do now. No Mountain. Mountain. We will not block, and let's hope this survives, because we need to get some things out here. So they have their own Taxidermist. And we miss a land, which is awkward. So I think we have to Reckless Impulse into a land and play a 2-drop. Oh god. Alright, well, that's how this one goes. Okay, so we probably need to kill that with Bolt here. So we can go Taxidermist and Bolt next turn. So at least there's that. Thinking long and hard about whether or not they want to attack. Are we the ones glitching out? No, they're the ones getting the thing. I feel like they would have already acted by now. Maybe it is us that's having connection problems. Oh, no, okay, there they go. Just AFK for a bit. We'll go Forest. We can do Weaver and then use the Taxidermist mana to kill the Piper, so let's do that. So we have access to 5 mana next turn. We can do Stalker plus Abrade. We can do Uprising plus Wolf if we are able to draw land here. This kind of signifies Massive Might. And we need this mana. I don't think we can block it. Okay, so there we go. It's not bad. So we can do this. We can play Uprising. Let's do, so red. What's happening? Red. Okay, maybe it is us that's glitching out a little bit. Alright, so unfortunately, it looks like we lost connection and timed out during the last round and got a loss for it. So, you know, it happens. Happens to opponents, happens to us. So let's see if we can get back in here and rally back from the loss. I feel like we were in a pretty decent spot in that last game if that abraded resolved. And then we can kind of continue to push from there. But was not meant to be. Alright, so we're on the draw. We need the green to open up this and then open up the rest of the hand, but we do have at least a creature and a removal spell. We are on the draw, so I think we'll go ahead and keep. Don't really want to see another mountain. Do need forest here. Well, at least it's a creature. Forest would be a great draw. We can go Taxidermist into Bolt, something that they play. Or not. Yep, that's not looking great. Now we get to flip their Weaver. Awesome. Okay. At least that's a target for a card we can cast. Okay. Resolves. We probably want to bolt the trainee because it can get its things, get its counters elsewhere and things. Alright, so hopefully it's not too late here. I think we're going to have to play this to open up double spelling next turn. We can go Wolf plus Wolf Strike on something if we have to. Just hope they don't play like Flourishing Hunter or whatever. Okay. Things could be worse. Things could be worse. Alright. So we can go Ridge Wolf, hold up Wolf Strike. Yep, that makes both of these into 3/2s. Do we have an attack with this one? I suppose we do. I mean, they can... Well, we want to keep... Let's keep these both as 3/2s for now, and then next turn we can play Sporeback Wolf to turn the other one into a 3/2, and then we can attack if it's still open. I think if they just try to pass the turn and flip their Weaver, I might just Wolf Strike it down now, but... They do leave up mana. It's a risky thing to do. Yeah, so they are going to do that. This is risky. They didn't have an instant on our turn that cost any less than like 2 or 3 mana. So I do think I want to try this so that this doesn't flip. And they are getting priority, which is not good. But they're going to flip their Weaver otherwise, and then we can't attack at all. So, yeah, looks like they're going to 2-for-1 us here. Okay. Uprising's not a bad draw. We could also just go wolf. So right now we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be 9. Let's do this, and then we can use the Wolf Rider. Yeah, so let's get in there with this. Okay. So they can give something lifelink, but on this board, lifelink isn't really that great. Another land is good news for us. We'll happily trade off with their boar if they want to go ahead and attack with it. Maybe even give it lifelink and attack. Fine with that. Sure. Do they attack? Sure, that's fine. I'll trade it with my Sporeback Wolf. And if they have a trick, they have a trick, but that's fine by me. Let's pass the blockers and we'll trade here. Okay, yeah. So they just did 2 mana, gain 2 life, I guess, is all they wanted. So let's go 1, 2, we can get rid of one of these. I know our Taxidermist is worse by exiling creatures, but we can get that value there. And then we can play everything. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we won't even have 13, which is fine. So we'll do this. And I suppose we can get in there with 3-2. Yeah, let's get in there with our 3-2. Probably should have done that before playing our stuff. So right now we have 11. Next turn we can have 12. If we draw a land, we'll have 13. Okay, so they flip that, which isn't great. So I think we just have to pass here. Yeah, we just gotta pass. Now we have 12. Next turn we'll have 13, and we can get rid of this. Or something else that they play. Okay, so right now that comes in as a 2-2. I could just kill it now in the event that they hit like 3 creatures, because a 5-5 is not good for us on this board, so I'm just going to kill it now. Sure. There we go. It would have been a 4-4 out of reach of a Braid. So glad we did that when we did. And now we can also get another 3-3. But that means next turn we can't use Uprising with the human that we get. So I don't want to actually do that now. I'm going to do that at the end of their next turn so we can use our 7 mana. Which means I don't want to play Stalker either. We can do that at instant speed. And it comes in on the Nightbound side too. Let's go to combat, no attacks. We're going to make our 13th and then shoot down their werewolf. Take action. And deal 7 there. Do they have a hexproof trick or something? No, I don't think they have anything. They weren't getting priority. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And we have to pass. Not looking too bad for us here. I think they have an extra land in hand, but hopefully they don't draw like a Flourishing Hunter or something, just completely stonewall our board here. So we'll cast this. How many vampires? This is a 4-drop, so there's no way we can gain control of that. Yeah, let's just get in there with everything except this so we can make a wolf and this. So we can play vampire and make a wolf using these two. So we'll get in with everything else. Really hope they don't have a Wrath here. That would be very bad for us. And you know what? I think it's worth playing around. Because we basically just have lethal, and it's worth playing around. If we play this, we're not getting anywhere better. We can still hold up activating the Wolf Rider here. Because if they have, like, by invitation only or something... Yeah, okay. So it's worth playing around there. Hopefully they'll be begging for mercy by the end of this game. Yeah, 2 into 3 seems good. We can go Wolf into Weaver, I guess. We're on the draw. We'll see what we draw here. Okay. Either one could die. Which one would we prefer to die? This one opens up... No, it's our turn. So we'll do this because a Braid can't kill it because it's our turn. Neither can Bolt, so... I guess Valorous Stance can, but if they want to use Valorous Stance on that, I'm fine with that. Yeah, we'll just play Weaver here. Maybe this dies to Braid or something. Yeah, they're getting priority again. Yep, there it is. Nope, nope. They hovered, but they didn't do anything. Okay, now there's a 4-drop. Heron, that's fine. So we can go just 3 mana 3/3 plus a Flame Breather, I guess. Okay. Now we hope we draw action. They are red-white, so they're unlikely to have very big creatures, except for maybe that. So we can abrade their Heron, which will be good. So let's put Flame Breather down. And then... let's just do this now, so they can't protect it. And then we can get in for 2. Or 3, I guess. So if we don't draw a creature, or a spell, then they're going to flip this into a 6/6, which is not great news for us. Or they could just do it themselves. This has to attack, so we won't be attacking. We'll just play a Ridge Wolf. And then we can plan to just kind of take 6, because this has to attack. That can't block either. So no blocks. Still not dead on the backswing here. Wolf Strike is good. So let's get in with everything. It is night, so do we have lethal? Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait. 9, 10, 11 on board. We have 11 on board. Wolf Strike deals 2 more. Plus, because it's night, it gets +2/+2, so we can go for it here. Yeah, let's go for it. So we'll use it on Flame Breather, because target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn if it's night, which it is. Then it deals damage. So let's do here to here. Oh, they're getting priority. Darn. So we didn't quite get lethal there. We might be 1 away, but I think we're okay. Oh, wait. We still do. Okay, sure. It's fine. Sweet. All right, up to 6. Could have potentially had 7 if we hadn't timed out there. That would have been my first 7-0 of the format, but again, what you gonna do about it? Alright, we're first. Really good hand here. I'd probably only use this if they play Traveling Minister, I think. Can't think of many other 1-drops I'd like to use it on. Alright, hopefully they don't have Flame Blessed Bolts. Dang it. Maybe there was an argument for playing Flame Breather there, but I'd rather try to get the mana to open up our hand. Okay, so there's another card. We can just... we'll just play Flame Breather here. That I don't care about. That is annoying. Let's play Reckless Impulse. Hopefully we hit a land. Of course we don't. It's like that other game we timed out on where we played Impulse, hit 0 lands, and then had to dump one of these cards again next turn, so... And we'll miss that land too, so let's just play a creature, I suppose. Have it get countered, lose our Abrade, and then... Okay, there we go. No attacks. Feels bad to bin the Abrade. We're gonna Abrade that. This game is just not lining up well for us. What on earth does that do? We can't even kill it. Alright, so we're just gonna lose to that, I guess. Well, turns out 7-0 was never in the cards for us. Yeah, now we can still only cast 1 card in our hand here. Bolt doesn't do anything, so let's play this. Sure, so we'll take another 6, I guess. Go to 7. And Bolt can't even hit that. We drew another red spell, so yeah, it was never meant for us here. Killing our Taxidermist on turn 1 was super huge, but there was no way we could get around that. Even if we slow played it by playing the Flame Breather, they wouldn't have used Bolt, and then... They would have just saved it for the next turn when we would have had to play Taxidermist because we missed another land. So either way, we still would have ended up with the same result there. Okay, well, this has the same pitfalls as did our last hand, but hopefully we hit a land with the Impulse this time. Okay, drew that out of order. We can go Wolf Rider into Bolt, but I'm going to go Flame Breather here. Probably Impulse next turn, so they have Massive Might. We got to keep that in mind now. I think I really want to Bolt that. Like now, so I'm going to. Then we'll go Wolf Rider, we'll play our land. Three colors, point of discussion, a little slow, it's okay. There's a land, okay. Let's go Impulse, see what we can find here. So that's pretty good. We'll do land into another flame breather. And next turn we can dump our hand here. It's pretty good. We can't steal it because it's a 4-drop. It's alright. Okay, so let's go to combat and we're going to bluff because I really doubt they're going to want to block here. Didn't think so. Now let's hope they don't have like multiple wolves and, you know, things in hands. This could get really ugly. But cross our fingers here. Oh, I guess that gave that pseudo vigilance. Alright. Cross your fingers, it's not like a 6-drop. Flourishing Hunter. That's just pretty much just as bad. And then here comes another one. No, if they do Flourishing Hunter, then we're just getting owned. Oh my god. Alright, well, GG, pretty much. Yeah. So let's hope that these flame breathers can kind of bring us to victory. Already used our impulse, but gosh, this card is ridiculous. So they, oh my gosh, they got 2 mana discount on that, 4 discount on that, and 2 discount on that. So this has given them 8 mana over the course of 2 turns. Wish I had my bolt back. Good news is they can't really overextend as far as attacking goes because we have a lot of damage on board if we draw something. Oh my gosh. This deck is ridiculous. What on earth? Okay, I think I'm gonna kill the... I don't even know. I could kill the skeleton. That would give me 3 blood tokens, or I could just kill this and get 0 blood tokens. I think our plan to win is try to get blood. We have to kill them before they kill us, really. We could also try to kill the Howler, but again, our chance is basically riding through these flame breathers almost next turn. Right? So I think I'm going to have to do it on this specimen here to get the blood. Although we're going to have to chump too. Probably, with all the attackers they're going to have. Yeah, I need blood here, so we're going to have to do it here. So we'll get the blood, and then next turn we can pitch the mountain, see how many non-creatures we can run into. We might be able to squeak something out here, but let's see. This could be close. Okay, so that makes sense. They have Massive Might, which gives things trample, so we have to keep that in mind when we're blocking here. So we can block like this, we can block like this, and then we're taking 12, 13, 14, so we can't even do that. So we can do this here. Now let's see, we're taking 12, and then if they gave this trample, that'd be another 5 to 17. Well, they already have trample here, so we're taking, so let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15. They could give this trample for another 4. 7 over 2 is 5. Okay, so we can't do that. This one has Menace, so does that, which is really annoying. What if we did this? So we're taking 2. Again, we're taking 12 plus 2, so 14, plus an additional 3, 4, 5, so 14 plus 5 is 19. Yes, we're taking 3, Massive Might gives it 5, so we'd have to die to double Massive Might, or Massive Might plus another thing. So this gives us an out here, I guess. This already has trample. So 2, 12 is 13, 14. Yeah. This puts us to 19 as long as they don't have another... Oh, no, no, no. They have Olivia's attendance. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. I don't want to get rid of that, though. The math here is ridiculous. What if we did this? Is that enough? 12, 13, 14. Nope, because they can still do the same thing. Oh my gosh, attendance could just get us down here. I don't know. This is not a winning plan, I don't think. But again, we're just gonna die to lots of things here. Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, we're just basically dead because of Massive Might and Olivia's attendance here. They got too much value from the Howler, so. Yeah, and they have that, so yeah, that'll probably just do it. Well, we go to 3. 3's not 0. It's basically 0, but it's not quite. So that doesn't really matter, and they're still at 7. Darn! You know, we're really close. We had another chance at a trophy here, but we timed out. Could have had it. There's a non-creature, but it doesn't really matter. So, and it looks like we're gonna have another problem with service anyway. So perfectly timed here. All right. Well, you know what? We knew we lost. I was conceding anyway. So, you know, that's all right. We got up to 6-3 with the stipulation draft of forcing red-green. So that's pretty fun. We were really close to a trophy, couldn't quite get there, but you know what, I had fun doing this, and I hope you had fun watching us put together what we could of being forced to take red and green cards. So, looks like that'll do it for today's video. I hope you all have a great Christmas weekend. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on Monday for your daily draft.